Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 3 on the Mysterious JG. I was talking about how beautiful it is outside today, and it really does look gorgeous. And yet I'm still in here freaking playing Grand Theft Auto 3. Well, last time we finished the casino mission chain. And we know now from our friend Ray, the crooked cop, that there is a rich weirdo who kind of owes us. Or even if he doesn't think he owes us because we were paid for our services. Seems like the kind of guy who'd have work for someone like us who is willing to do terrible, terrible things for money. So let's go check in on who D might be. And let's also run right into the side of a building because it's so freaking dark. I can never see what's happening in this game. Look at it, like, I just tried to jack a cop car because I couldn't even tell it was a cop car. And now I'm going to get arrested because I can't... Okay, I actually did manage to break free. Yeah, but I wouldn't have stolen a cop car if I realized it was a cop car, but like, Claude's model was almost completely black for a couple seconds there. So anyway, we're going to prove to this new guy that we're a reliable person by stealing a cop car on our way to their place of business. Just show them that there's somebody that we're somebody they should be doing business with. Anyway, let's scope out this building here. This is... Well, there's no sign on this side of it for us to see what it is anyway. Might be able to see a little bit more about what this place is during the day, but it's a giant office building that we're about to go into. And this is the guy that had missions of him at a corpse party, apparently, that we had to steal because they were being taken as evidence to convict him of horrible crimes. But now it's time for Liberator.
First of all, let me thank you for dealing with that personal matter. People will read something into anything these days. Experience has taught me that a man like you can be very loyal for the right price, but groups of men get greedy. A valued resource, an old Oriental gentleman I know, has been kept hostage by some South Americans in Espatria. They're trying to extort additional funds from me, but I don't believe in renegotiation. A deal is a deal, so they'll not see a penny from me. Go and rescue my friend. Do whatever it takes.
So it starts out kind of nice. So this is Donald Love. I don't know when we're supposed to find out that's his name because it didn't seem like it was mentioned by Ray or by him in that first mission. But that's Donald Love. You might recall that Donald Love is an unspeaking part. And this is kind of like a joke. Like, remember, Grand Theft Auto 3, the game came first, but it's set later. So they have a young Donald Love taking notes from Avery Carrington in Vice City. I never really liked that joke. I thought it cheapened Donald Love because he seems like a pretty interesting character. He's basically saying he's willing to pay you more to kill these guys and punish them for reneging on a deal than he is willing to pay. Like, he could just pay these guys the extra money they want, but he's like, no, we don't renegotiate. I'm going to kill him. Jack a Colombian gang car. Oh, actually, that's quite easy, because, I didn't intentionally set this up, but I've already got one in the garage. Similar to how the last time I needed a cop car, I had one of those in the garage. But yeah, he's like, he'd rather pay us to, and, you know, he talked about men like you can be loyal for the right price, but he's also saying he does not believe in renegotiations. I don't know what the deal is with this Oriental gentleman, but we are tasked with getting this Oriental gentleman back. And I guess that's what we're going to do. But it would be really nice if I could actually remember where our frickin' base is on this map. This is just a much more confused map than Liberty City. Portland Island just seems so straightforward once you get to Staunton Island. I keep thinking that's it, and it's not. I think we're just on the wrong end of the city entirely. It might be faster to just actually steal a Colombian gang car and not go try to find our base, but Anyway, there's okay, I kind of think I can navigate there from Kenji's casino. I keep wanting to call him Keiji. I think it's Kenji. Kenji, the Hunted. I just accidentally killed some... I don't even know what faction they were with, but I think they were criminals. And that's why it's okay. I ran them over in a cop car. Okay. Spend the whole video looking for my frickin' hideout, but... Here's the park. I thought that was going to help me more than it did. No, I just keep going every place that it's not. I might be able to find it from Asuka's place, but I seem to have gotten turned around here. Here we go. Now I finally got it. And there are people out there watching this who know the map are like, holy crap, JG, just learn the map. I am making all sorts of a mess of this. Okay. But the nice thing is that we'll get a little extra ammo now, with which to rescue the Oriental gentleman. Oriental, by the way, not a word you're supposed to use anymore, I guess. Pretty sure Asian is preferred at this point. I'm not sure why there would be a problem with the O word as opposed to the A. Well, the A word is a word for a continent. I don't know what the implications is of Oriental, but it's kind of not my call. Like, if people of that group don't want that word used, then I guess you kind of got to roll with it. But it's one of those like fairly recently verboten words. The one that confuses me, I don't know why I'm talking about this. The one that confuses me is there's a. I guess I have to say it so you can identify it. Midget is offensive. Dwarf is the polite term, I've been told. And I always thought it was the other way around. I always thought calling someone a dwarf was offensive because that's like a fantasy creature, but it is not. So, well, there's... Okay, so you guys are hostile from jump. I thought maybe something was going on where you didn't start out hostile. Like... I thought for some reason I was going to be able to just creep in for a while, and after I'd rescued the old Oriental gentleman, as he's known, then they would start coming after me. How am I supposed to find him? It's freaking impossible to see anything. Like, I don't... Am I supposed to be going up a level? We've got some classier Colombian cartel members who are driving this thing last. I'm vaguely under the impression that I should not leave a bunch of cars around that they could use to chase me, but usually once they get out on foot, they don't really do that. Like, get back into a car. I'm a bit lost here. Oh, okay, that guy's going to kill me. So I guess I misunderstood how... Didn't interpret this situation right. I'm going to be opening different garages and hoping that inside each one is not someone who's going to kill me. So the garages that aren't open yet, I need to open them, and...
It's no problem to kill you.
This is kind of a problem. It's no problem to kill me. Yeah, like I tried to run away. I guess I should have just killed him, but what the fuck? It's just it's like... let's make a deal that behind 2 of the 3 doors are Colombians who are trying to murder you. And there doesn't appear to be a way to avoid... see, Shima was probably the last one, wasn't it? No, SmackDown was, yeah. There doesn't really seem to be a way to figure out which one is first, because I kept going to one that seemed to be the right one, but it wouldn't open, so I'm thinking maybe you have to open all the wrong ones before it will open the right one. Anyway, we can start with a Colombian cruiser to make this a little easier this time.
At each other. I was so excited, I didn't even notice I'd been hit. After that, I was hooked on Liberty City Survivor. I watch it every day in the hospital. The game doesn't end until there's only one man.
But yeah, like missions where you spawn right next to a bunch of Colombians with machine guns are one of the things that makes this game... I think it's probably a little harder than Vice City. Although Vice City had a variety of different missions that were like occasional missions that were like standalone missions that were quite difficult, and then the overall game didn't feel that difficult. But like, there's nothing in this game that's quite as frustrating as the motorcycle mission, or I don't find them that tough, but I know people hate the helicopter missions. So I'm kind of curious about the building that Donald Love is in. Is it like, because he owns Love Media, which they mention on some of the radio stations. He's basically like a Rupert Murdoch type, I guess. I don't know his politics, but he's like some guy like owns a media company and like kind of controls information and is clearly evil. But I am curious if there's any labels on his building, and it doesn't seem like there really is. So I guess I just need to be a little more careful. I certainly lost a lot of health or armor at the very beginning of that mission. I didn't need to lose.
Thank you for dealing with that personal matter. People will read something into anything these days. Experience has taught me that a man like you can be very loyal for the right price, but groups of men get greedy. A valued resource, an old Oriental gentleman I know, has been kept hostage by some South Americans in Espatria. They're trying to extort additional funds from me, but I don't believe in renegotiation. A deal is a deal, so they'll not see a penny from me. Go and rescue my friend. Do whatever it takes.
So we're working for evil rich guy now. No idea what this guy's actually up to, but I think we can make this mission a lot more doable by just staying in the cruiser and using the Uzi to kill people rather than getting out and fighting them one by one. Cartel Cruiser really has a unique feel. It's slow to accelerate, has a really high top speed because it's apparently, just reading about it on the wiki, apparently it's just got a souped up engine. It's supposed to be a Suburban, like basically like a Chevrolet Suburban, but with like, they've like jacked it up and put a really big motor in it. So it can go really fast, but it also, the handling can be terrible. It's really easy to roll. And I don't want it taking a bunch of damage before we get here because I'm going to have to deal with people shooting at me while I'm in the truck. So the truck will probably blow up before this is all over. But it would be nice if I could kill some of them off first. Okay, it's already on fire. This is not going well at all. Really not going well. Problem is, if you're not angled exactly right, he won't target them. Like, these guys, I have a clear shot on all of them. Yeah, he's just aiming at nothing when there are targets. I don't know if there's somebody in there or not. There is. But nothing on Earth was going to make me... Fuck! Could give me a clear shot at him without getting shot up myself first. Okay. Maybe I can actually...
The thiosizer, tummy stapling. I've had my mouth sewn up, my hands chopped off. I've tried it.
Yeah, except for exercising and eating right, Porky.
That's right, honey. Then I found the Dormitron. Using a new technology called biorhythmic subconscious gymnastics, the Dormitron exercises you while you sleep. Just strap in your arms and legs, put on the Dormitron headset, then wrap yourself in the special high-voltage electric blanket. Turn it on to 11 and burn those pounds away while you have a relaxing night's sleep.
So it won't let you... They won't open when you're in the vehicle.
Right, honey. No more escort services for me. Don't be fat a day longer than you have to. Remember, being fat can even ruin a romantic cruise.
So, yeah, they won't open.
Sleep off lard, or visit www.
It's all set up so you have to like get shot by these guys.
Hey, I just won the Nobel Peace Prize.
So I can like pull up right here. Now if I get out, will they open? Yeah.
You big tough Yankee boy.
Fall behind.
I didn't upgrade my personal organizer. And 2 days later, I was diagnosed with a terminal illness.
That's exactly
Well,
why you should come visit the friendly people at House of Tomorrow, and they'll set you
I don't think we fail for leaving and coming back, so let's go get some health. Because we've taken most of them out. They very much set it up so that you really don't have a lot of ways to not take damage.
Thanks to House of Tomorrow, I can play wireless head-to-head 3D virtual reality poker.
Poker.
If it's a flash-in-the-pan technology of absolutely no use to anyone, you can find it at House of Tomorrow.
But yeah, okay, we're not, there's nothing stopping us from coming back and completely resetting all of our stuff. After all, the Colombians don't appear to be calling for reinforcements or anything. So let's just, take it slow and smart and take them out.
Countries around the world. In the past,
We're basically taking out a little cartel base here. It is so freaking dark. Like, nighttime and weather in this game makes it so you can't see anything that's happening in the game.
Wow, you're learning some real skills. How about the salary and benefits?
Yesterday, I made $1.
See, that's the kind of dedication we have to our employees and the quality of our shoes. Harris running shoes.
And nothing about this should have been reset.
The inspiration for this next record comes from Dante.
Oh. There's a guy right here. Oh, you are the guy. I don't want to kill you. Okay. Sorry. Take the older gentleman back to Donald's Love Building. Luckily, he had a little bit of health, because I shot him with an Uzi a couple of times, but he seems to be okay. The old bulletproof Oriental gentleman. That's why Asians don't like the word Oriental. It implies they're bulletproof, and, you know, they're not. People going around shooting them thinking that they'll be fine because they're Oriental. Actually, I mentioned this in Trials of Mana. I wrote a big, long thing on Facebook. I was like so freaking angry at a Tucker Carlson piece about the mass shooting in Atlanta. Like, I'm joking around now about, but I just want you guys to know, like, I spent way too much time, like, just tearing that whole coverage of that and trying to make it not be about race. I got really mad. But you can't find it because I don't use my real name on YouTube. But it's long, and it's grammatically correct, and it basically just goes piece by piece through an 11-minute Tucker Carlson segment where he's as racist as fuck. He implies the victims were prostitutes without saying it, blames black people, it's crazy. And I'm going to stop talking about it now because it's not a fun thing to be thinking about. Well, there's the gentleman has been rescued. And I think from here, like, immediately we're going to see why I couldn't. We got a lot of money for that mission, too. Donald Love takes care of you if you're doing his sinister, dirty work. We don't know exactly what the Oriental Gentleman means to Donald Love, but it seems likely that the Oriental Gentleman is also involved in some weird, fucked up shit. The wiki claims he was one of the prisoners in the beginning of the game in the vehicle with us, but I don't know. Sometimes I think they're making connections that aren't there. At any rate, you never know when we'll need another cartel cruiser, so let's actually just stick this thing back in the garage. And then we'll go do more missions for Donald Love, because like I was starting to say, I think very quickly we will move to the area where to the sequence where you find out, oh, that's why JG had to do those Kenji missions. Because I don't think it takes long for us to get to the point where the Kenji storyline or mission sequence can get broken by Donald Love. But we will grab some Woppets while we're here in our Woppet shop. And again, I'm trying to get to the Donald Love missions as early as I can because that's what's ultimately going to unlock that last island and that last hidden package that I haven't been able to get, so that we can get our last hidden package reward. So we've proven ourselves to Donald Love, and he's actually, of all the guys, like, this was the strange thing about Grand Theft Auto 3. Playing it way back in the day, I kept finding myself, not that there's a ton of depth to any of these characters, but it's a reasonably well-written game for these little short sequences. I kept finding myself getting attached to, like, some of them, like, Kenji just treats you like shit, and Ray's just angry all the time, but, like, I was really enjoying the Mafia missions. I loved the idea of climbing up in the Mafia. And then as Donald Love is, like, kind of oily and evil, I liked the idea of, like, climbing up higher and higher in his organization as, you know, getting involved in his evil business. It just seemed like kind of fun. But yeah, you never really get to... This game just... You don't really get to have a lot of allies by the time it's all over. So all our allies keep rising to the top. All our associates keep rising to the top. And something about the timing of my saves. I never seem to quite be doing missions during the day.
It's about to be gone in a minute. Armstrong is now in your world.
This is like Stretch Armstrong is now in your world. So this appears to be like a state government building or perhaps a courthouse. And he's right across the street from it. So let's see if this side... Squid Mobile. No, it's just a big office building. It's not labeled, really. Again, it might be something on this side facing into the city, but... Pimper's Pimp and the Hustler's Hustle. I don't think this is Donald Love's genre of music, if I had to guess. Alright, let's see what we can do for our good friend Donald Love. Wakagashira Wipeout.
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war, apart from an outbreak of plague. But that might be going too far in this case. I've noticed the Yakuza and the Colombians are far from friends. Let's capitalize on this business opportunity. I want you to kill the Yakuza Wakagashira, Kenji Kassen. Kenji is attending a meeting at the top of the multi-story car park in Newport. Get a cartel gang car and eliminate him. The Yakuza must blame the cartel for this declaration of war.
And there we go. And Claude doesn't even question it. Now, you don't have to do any of the Kenji missions. Or you can do all of the Kenji missions. Or you can do the Kenji missions right up to the point where he stops being... where he treats you like an ass. Doesn't matter. You will just go kill him without question for Donald Love. So this is kind of the first point in the game where we find out that Claude also is not really one he seems to understand the concept of loyalty. Because he's willing to kill without question. See, I keep coming to this alley here and thinking it's the one. It is not. So, I mean, if we come across a cartel cruiser, I'll just jack it. Otherwise, we got to get back to our base where I had one stored. And I didn't remember that we needed one for this mission. I just knew that in general, they've been doing a lot. Well, there's some graphical glitches there, but they've been doing a lot with you needing various gang cars. So it's a good idea to have some around. I think this is it here. No, it's not. I keep coming to this place and thinking it's the one. Ah, ladies. Well, there's a Yardie I think we might have killed. Or it might have just been an old guy. But, yeah, this is actually it here, so. Now, in the meantime, Asuka has disappeared from the story temporarily, but she's going to be back. And she is the one who basically got us out of Staunton Island alive. And we're going to kill her brother because Donald Love told us to. Claude just comes across as being a sociopath. Like, the fact that he doesn't have any dialogue, it lets you project yourself on him. So maybe I'm just a sociopath. But it really, like, the fact that, like, anybody tells him to kill anyone, he just immediately goes and does it without question. Like, I can't picture Tommy Vercetti just being told by a new business acquaintance to go murder somebody he used to do jobs for and just immediately accepting. It wouldn't... There'd have to be some reason Tommy was willing to betray that confidence. Same goes for CJ, pretty much every other Grand Theft Auto protagonist. But Claude's just like, okay, I'll go murder whoever. So I don't remember how challenging this one's going to be. It really comes down to how many people are out there and whether we need to escape in the cartel cruiser for it to not be considered a failure. We need a cartel cruiser because the idea is we're going to frame the cartel for killing Kenji and create an all-out war. So you can't just, like, snipe them as you'd normally want to do in a situation like this. Although maybe I can try, but I feel like that's... They have identified you. Okay. Okay, so you can't snipe them. I was about to say, if you get out of the cruiser... And at this point, we haven't even murdered him. We're just like, hi, boss, I thought I'd see if you needed any help. But, yeah, the mission is you've got to stay in the cruiser. And that's a little bit of a different challenge. Otherwise, you could kind of come up here and... I guess as soon as you hit that level, you're spotted, so you really can't. But I thought there might be a approach where we could, like, snipe them from a distance and then get out before we engage the bodyguards. But that is not going to be a thing. Anyway, I was hoping to get this all done in one video so you guys could kind of see what I was getting at. But now instead, when we come back next time, we'll actually have to execute. But if you hadn't already figured it out, that was why I needed to do the Kenji missions before we could do Donald Love. Because Donald Love almost immediately has you kill Kenji, and you don't question it at all. Because you're a freaking sociopath, as we have established. Alright, so... kind of want to play at least into the point where I unlock the third island. I'm just thinking now about my own play session and when I want to break it up. But, we didn't actually lose anything by failing there. I'm going to save purely because I'm sick of it being nighttime when we do all these missions, and because we upped our ammo a little bit there. So when we come back next time, we will be, once again, going to visit our new friend Donald Love, who I'm sure will be loyal to us and a friend forever. There's no way that Donald Love will inexplicably not be our ally in the future. And we will kill... The guy himself has been a dick, but his sister is probably the best friend we have in the world at this point as far as having helped us to survive the Mafia and given us new opportunities. Let's screw her by murdering her brother next time.